So the other day or tomorrow, I'll see whenever I upload these, we did a red ale. Or we're doing a red ale from Fenelon Falls Brewing Company. But today we got a Vienna lager. Now is this one gonna be a hybrid? Just like that red ale? Or is it gonna be true? We're gonna find out right now. Beer, 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 beer. Hello everybody, welcome back to me, mate Brewski, for the Brewski review. And today's beer that I have for you guys is, like I said, by the Fenelon Falls Brewing Company out in Fenelon Falls, Ontario. We have their Vienna lager, looking exactly the same as the red ale, but in yellow. Keeping it simple, keeping it classic, do love it. 5% alcohol by volume, 20 IBUs. Look, getting a little excited for this one. Let's crack this bad boy open. Let's see what we got. Beauty. Royal City, little pint glass here. Let's see. Ooh, that's very light. I thought Vienna lagers had a little bit deeper of a color. This is a very straw, pale golden color, pale yellow in color. White head on top, fairly clear, a little bit of a chill haze I want to say. But not too bad. Let's have a smell. On the nose, uneventful. Fairly uneventful. White bread, crackers. A little bit of like a... maybe a little bit more eventful. A little bit of like a... close to lemongrass, but not the same intensity as others. A little bit of like a citrusy note as well, like a light lemon to go as far. So actually, you know what? Nose ain't too bad. Yeah, but definitely a bit more citrusy, a little bit more grassy forward. Bready and crackery. No real caramel. No, nothing like that. Yeah, little grassy. Little lemon citrus going on, and white bread and crackers. So that's it. On the sip, more or less the same. A little bit of white bread, a little bit of crackeriness, slight citrusy note, but not really citrusy, just citrus freshness, if that makes sense. Like when you have a citrusy drink, it's fairly fresh. It's fairly like sharper, livelier flavors. That is sort of what's going on here, minus like a dedicated citrus note, if that makes sense. We'll need to learn a little bit more. We only had a small sip, so with that said, guys, cheers everybody. Let's keep on drinking. Yeah, extremely light. Actually, I wouldn't say extremely light. Fairly light on the flavors. Like I said, a little bready, a little crackery, a little grassy slash maybe even a touch of hay going on there, and some citrus-esque sharpness to it. That's probably the best way I can explain it. Not overly carbonated by any means. Wouldn't classify this as a crispy boy. It's a little bit more flatter than that. It's not flat, it's just not as effervescent compared to other lagers. But then a Vienna lager, probably definitely along those lines of a Vienna. Pretty good, straightforward. The hay, grassiness of it seems to be its downfall, where it doesn't, you know, it's the lingering flavor in your mouth isn't the greatest. It's more dead grassy, just hay. It's a little too drying of a finish, especially for a lager and a Vienna lager in both terms or whatever. It's a little drying. Not really what I'm feeling, but hey, the flavors aren't offensive. It's just not for me. Take a look at the can. Fenelon Falls Brewing Co. Vienna lager. 5% ABV, 20 IBUs, 6 on the SRM scale, which is color, and then serving temp is 4 degrees Celsius. What is this? Description. Holy jeez. Long day. Vienna Lager. Traditional Vienna and Munich malts combine to deliver a flavorful medium body with gentle hop notes and a refreshingly distinctive finish. Yeah, so citrusy notes, or citrusy-esque notes, a little grassy as well. I'm guessing those are straight from the hops. Very distinctive finish. That it is indeed. It's a little dry, to be honest. It's just really standing out to me here. So, not a bad thing. Medium-bodied. It's light to medium. Definitely seemed a little lighter than other Viennas. That was the same with the red ale. It seemed a lot lighter compared to other beers of the same style. And then down below they have a description for the brewery itself. Whether you're heading through the locks in the summer, down the sled trails in the winter, or anything in between, we're here. Fenelon Falls Brewing Co., family owned in the heart of the Kawarthas, is committed to brewing exceptional beer while delivering a one-of-a-kind experience. Hope to see you soon. And indeed, one-of-a-kind experience, these beers do stand out when I think about them. In the way that it's kind of good and kind of bad. Good in the sense that they're unique. Bad in the sense is that they're for what style they are the most different of that style that I can really point out. Most red ales are fairly along the same lines. The last red ale that I had from Fenelon Falls was a very light red ale. This Vienna Lager, definitely a little bit more citrusy sharpness and drying on the finish. So that's going to stand out to me. That's going to remind me of Fenelon Falls. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing is depending on if I rebuy these beers. If I see them, I might get them again. So far, but not going to be my top choice if I'm being completely honest. But moving back to the can, we do have ingredients as well: water, malted barley, hops, and yeast. And then also there is a canned on date. We are looking at GO220, so the exact same as red ale. That was July 2nd, 2020. So just over a month old, very fresh. Not extremely fresh, but still quite fresh indeed. It's not a bad beer. I just wasn't expecting something to be so dry. Over on the website, FenelonFallsBrewing.com, they do have a beer section that is now just the beer shop section. So you go here looking quite nice, very simple but still straightforward, straight to the point, good to go. Same description as the can. ABV, IBU, and SRM are listed as well. And then you do have the price and availability of what's in stock. We'll get to that in just a second. But over on Untapped, Vienna Lager has been given a 3.48 bottle caps out of 5, and that's of 957 ratings. If you're looking at your local LCBO and you do happen to stumble along Fenelon Falls Vienna Lager, boop, you can see right there, you're going to be paying $3.50 for the 473 ml can. $3.50, pretty standard, I want to say. Yeah, no complaints about that. As well, if you maybe don't go to the LCBO that often, but you do your beer shopping online from brewery to brewery, Fenelon Falls, you can pick it up again for $3.50. But right now, as of recording, they only have one left in stock. So who's gonna buy it? I don't know. But yeah, it's nice to see that both the brewery and the LCBO have the same price. There's no discrepancies, because some breweries do that, where the LCBO is either slightly more more expensive or cheaper, and vice versa. I don't know why that is, but it's a thing apparently. Overall, not a bad beer. Definitely drying, in my opinion. A little bit more dry of a beer than I would have expected. But hey, it stands out, it makes it a little bit unique, and it's not a bad beer at all. It's just, is it for you? You can use me as a resource, but you gotta find out for yourself. So with that said, guys, choosing the final sip, let's get right to ratings and wrap this thing up. Fenelon Falls Vienna Lager. Vienna Lager. Good flavor profile for sure, quite enjoyable. White bread, crackers, a little bit of like a citrusy thing going on, possibly lemongrassy, a little bit of hay, and then just dries right out. The biggest thing, I'm not too big of a fan of how dry the finish is. I thought it was going to be a little not. Well, geez, yeah, I didn't think it was going to be that dry, but it is, and that's the thing. Overall, Fenelon Falls Vienna Lager gets a solid 7.1 out of 10 for me. As for presentation, just like the red ale, looks exactly the same, but in yellow, so great information all around. ABV, IBU, SRM, serving temperatures, descriptions of the beer and the brewery. You got ingredients, and you got a clearly labeled canned on date. Hell yeah. Website, shop page, very simple, straightforward, nothing fancy, but still good information of a description, ABV, IBU, and SRM. But also showing what's in stock. That seems to be something a little unique that I've seen, that I haven't seen, but still pretty damn good. Overall, like the red ale, solid 8.5 out of 10 for me. Before I leave you guys, if you have any comments, questions, or beers you want to review in the future, you can leave all of that information down in the comment box below. If you want to go ahead and like this video or subscribe to me, Mate Brewski, that would greatly appreciate it as well. And with all that said, that's going to do it for me, Mate Brewski. Like I always say, crack a beer and enjoy. Cheers. Dry beer, not something I wanted, but hey, I got it, and I'm gonna drink it anyways. Cheers.